Good day, my friends. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to share with you a recording that kind of blew my mind when I was driving home the other night. It was so fantastic. Jerry Garcia Band doing Simple Twist of Fate. And I'm going to teach you a little bit of theory about triads using this song as an example. The song's in the key of D. And we're going to focus on triads. We're just going to use the first 3 strings. And then I'm going to teach you how you can move these triads all over the neck. But we're going to use this tune as a learning template. So if this is in the key of D, we want to find a D note. Let's use this D note that's on the B string and play a major scale formula. Now this formula you want to have etched into your brain, and it's this. You start on the root note, Do, and you go up a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That gives you your major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So memorize and learn and etch into your brain that formula if you haven't already. Now, for every note in that scale, there's a chord that goes to it, and we're going to learn those chords. The first chord in the key is always major, so you use that D major chord. Okay, now we're going to follow this pattern, and we're going to put a chord to every note. And these are always the way the chords work in the key. So if you play your D chord, that's your first note in the key, Do. Now play the second note in the key, Do, re. And the second chord in the key is always minor. So we're going to make a minor shape like this. We have 1, 2, okay? Then we have 3. So see how these 2 and 3 are the same shape? 1, 2, 3. Practice that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Just learn the shapes. The first chord is major, second chord's minor, third chord's minor, fourth chord is major, fifth is major, 6 is minor, 7 is diminished. My frets here are 12, 14, 12, and then back to the 1 chord, which is major. Okay, so learn this pattern. Okay, now follow with me on this song. Let's give you a show here. You got to listen to this whole recording. It's too good. But I did sit down and started playing along with it after I heard it in the car, and I thought this is a great practice for triads and how to move things around. So I'm going to show you how to work this. It starts on D, the 1. Then it goes to the 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. Then it goes to the 1 chord, but it makes it a dominant 7th chord. So if you've ever played a natural D chord like this, you'll know that there's a D7 that looks like this. And all a 7 chord is it puts this a dominant 7th chord. It puts the 7th note in the key in the chord, but it flattens at 1. So if you go, well, what's the 7th note in the key? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. It's a C sharp. So you just take that C sharp and put it down 1 note, and that gives you what's called the dominant 7th chord. So that you take a C, we're going to put it down an octave, and we're just going to put it in that D chord, and it gives you that dominant 7 sound. So the 3rd chord in the song is a D7. But it starts on D, the 1 chord, then it goes to the 3 chord, then it goes to the dominant 7, and like the D7 chord, and then it goes to the 4 chord. So let's find the 4 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes to that 4 chord. Then it takes that 4 chord and makes it a minor. How do you take this shape and make it minor? Well, if you've ever played a D chord like this, you'll know a D minor looks like that. So D major, D minor. So when you have a shape like this and you want to make it minor, just change it to this. You're you're just taking that highest note and putting it down 1 fret. So we're doing that on the 4 chord. What does that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4 chord, make it minor. Cool move. Let's hear it. 1 chord, 3 chord, D7. It's the 1 chord, but it's a 7. Then go to the 4 chord. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it minor. Then 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 1. Okay, what's a 1, 5, 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I meant to play that as the 5. So like 1, 5, 1. But what I'm going to teach you how to do after we go through this first part is how to find all the chords in one spot. You don't have to move to get to all these chords. But a good way to learn the scale is to go through it in order like that, because then you can understand that, you know, this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3. But after we learn that, then you'll learn how to find every chord right here. And it's the coolest thing ever, but you have to kind of learn it in a sequence first. Then you can learn how to put it all in one spot. So just bear with me. We'll learn it in sequence. If you see me jumping around, it's because I'm showing you, you know, if you want to get to the 5 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I'm just showing you how to walk up to it. But later we'll learn how to get to those chords right in the same spot. So let me run you through a couple verses here, just to get you through the whole pattern. 1, 3, 1, but it's a 7 chord. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Make that minor. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 1. 1, 5, 1. Okay? Let's do another verse. 1.
We sat together in the park
3.
as the evening sky grew dark.
1, dominant 7. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make that 4 a minor. 1, 3, 4. 1,
Watched out for that
5,
simple twist.
1. Okay. Play through those chords again. So now we're learning the form of the song. 3. It's the same all the time now. D7.
Checked into a cheap hotel with a neon burning bright.
Sorry, 4. 4 minor.
He felt the heat of the night.
1, 3, 4.
It in like a freight train.
1, 5, 1.
Moving with a simple twist of fate.
Okay, now let's let Jerry play it, and we'll just practice the chords. 1, 3. 1 with the 7. 4. Make that 4 minor. 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 1 slow. Okay, let's do it again. 1 to the 3. D7. the 1, dominant 7, 4. Make that 4 a minor. 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 1. Okay. Now,
He woke up,
so good.
the room was bare.
Pause it there. So now we have the form of the song, and we've learned the chords. We've learned the chords in the key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Within this song, you know, we've got the 1, diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-doo, the 3, diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-doo. Then it goes to the 1, but it makes it a 7 chord. Then it goes to the 4. Now it takes this 4 and makes it a minor 4. Now that's not in the key per se, but it is a very cool move, and you can do that. You don't have to follow the rules of the key. And in songwriting, the fun part is kind of doing stuff outside of the key and doing what is called subdominant chords. I'm not going to talk about what that all means right now, but I just want you to understand the chords in the key, and you know how we take this 4 chord and we just decide to make it minor, and that gives it that really sorrowful feeling. Then it goes 1, 3, 4. 1 moves on with that. 5, simple twist of fate. Back to the 1. Okay, so now that's the form of the song, using the chords in the key to kind of learn the song. Now what I'm going to help you do is do some cooler moves where you're taking the, like this is a way to really learn your triad. So the cool thing about this is if I take this 1 chord and I want to go to the 3 chord, well yeah, I could go 1, 2, 3 and go to the 3 chord there. But in truth, I don't actually have to move that far. All I have to do in order to get to the 3 chord is take this note in the middle, this B string, and move it down 1 fret. And that gives me another voicing of this chord. So this chord right here, this 3 chord, 1, 2, 3, there's going to be 3 voicings for every one of these triads. So I'll give you an example. For this D chord, there's 3 ways you can play this D chord on these 3 strings. This is one of them. This is the next one. And forgive my tuning, these strings are kind of getting old. But here's the first D. You can rearrange it like this. Or you could rearrange it like this. So there's 3 ways to play the same chord. 1, 2, 3. You should learn all those ways of playing that D triad. How could you practice that? Every time a D chord comes along in the song, I'll play 3 different voicings for it. Let me show you that. Then it goes to the 3 chord. So let me show you the 3 different voicings for the 3 chord. 1, 2, 3. Here's the 3 chord. Okay, here's our 3 different voicings. That's 1. That's another one. And yeah, that's the other one. So we've got this, this, and this, all the same chord. So now I'm practicing going between those 3 different voicings of the 3 chord. But notice how this voicing is very, very close to the 1 chord. This is the 1 chord, this is the 3 chord, just voiced. Instead of there, it's there. So we've got the 1 chord, we've got the 3 chord. Now let's go to the D7 chord in the song. You know, you have that D7. You could voice that 3 different ways. And this is the cool part. If you can really stick with me here, you will get something out of this. You just have to give yourself a chance to really think about these things. If I play this D chord, And remember I played these 3 voicings? The way that I get a D7 chord is I take the root in the chord, which in this case is in the middle, and I move it down 2 frets. And I keep the other 2 notes the same, right? This and this, these 2 notes are the same. This one's the one that's changing. So if I do that same move on the other voicings, I will get the same chord. So if I take this D and make it a D7, then I should take the second D, this voicing, forgive the tuning, and I gotta figure out how to make this a D7. Well, all you gotta do is take the D in the chord, which in this case is on the bottom, and move it down 2 frets. And I get this shape, which is the frets are 5, 7, 5. And that is a D7 chord. Same as that. Another way to play it. Okay, there's always going to be a third voicing for that. So I take this voicing of the D. Those are 3 D voicings. And I take the D in the chord, which in this case is on the top, move it down 2 frets. And I keep the other 2 notes the same. And that gives you this voicing. So now I have 3 voicings for D7. This, this, and this. So listen. Those are all D7. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to take the form of the song, starts on the 1, then it goes to the 3, and I'm going to choose the closest voicing I have to me. There's the 3. Then I'm going to go to the D7, and then it goes to the 4 chord. So where's the closest voicing of the 4? Well, let's find the 4 within the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here's the 4 chord that we know from the scale. Let's find the other voicings for it. So this is a G chord. Another way you can voice that. And it's going to be the same way, same 3 ways as the other D chord, right? This D chord, we have these 3 voicings. When we have, we take that D shape, and we move it up to a G chord, well, the other 3 voicings are going to be the same, just in a different spot. So this is G, try to tune that a little bit. Sorry, this is our G. Another way we can voice that is like that. 12, 12, 10. So we've got 7, 8, 7, 12, 12, 10. Another way we can voice that is by doing the 4, 3, 3. So the 3 ways we can play that G chord are those are the same shapes as when we played the D. D, 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 G, 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 G. So it's the same. So now we're playing a G, and we're choosing the voicing that's closest to us. So let me play through this and show you what I'm talking about here. 1 chord, 3 chord, D7, G. Now we're going to take this G and make it minor. So with this, how do you make a chord minor? You take the 3rd in the chord, which in this case is on the bottom, and you flatten it 1. Okay? So if I take this G chord and I flatten the 3rd, that's the chord I'm going for. But let me show you how to do that with the other 3 triads. If I take this G chord, how do I make it minor? Like that. If I take this G chord, how do I make it minor? like that. I'm taking the same note and putting it down just in each of the triads. So with this one, I put the bottom note down one. With this one, I put the top note down one. With this one, I put the middle note down one. And now I have 3 voicings of G minor. Okay, let's keep going. Actually, I'm going to go back to the start, run this through. Three, dominant 7, 4 chord, make the 4 chord minor, 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1. Now we need to find our 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here's a 5 chord. Let's take that 5 chord and find all the voicings of it. It's going to be the same as the other ones. We have this voicing, we have this voicing, and we have this voicing, which is like an A. Just the top notes of an A chord. So the one that we found in the scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, this shape. We're going to do this shape. Frets 6, 5, 5. And then the other one, which is frets 2, 2, open. Be the same as like doing this. So we're going to use that shape for our 5 chord because it's closest to us. That's our project, is find the chords closest to where we are, so we don't have to move all around the guitar. So to go from the 1 to the 5, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you could go all the way up there, and you could go 1, 5, 1. But you don't have to. You could just as easily go 1, 5, 1. And the 5 chord is frets 2, 2, 0. It's like an A chord. It is an A chord, just the top part. Okay, so 1 chord, 5 chord, you can do there, and then back to the 1. So let's play through this another time. One,
Sat together in the park
3,
as the evening sky grew dark. She looked
7,
at him
1
and he
chord
felt a
with the
spark
7 on it. 4,
tingle to
G,
his bones.
4 minor, G
Then
minor,
he felt alone.
1, 3,
Wished that he'd
4,
gone straight
1, 5, 1.
and watched out for that simple twist of fate.
Okay, let's do it again.
They walked alone by the old canal.
The 3 chord,
A little confused, I remember when
dominant
they
7,
checked into a cheap hotel with the
4 chord,
neon burning lights.
make it minor.
He felt the heat of the night
1, 3,
hit him
4,
like a freight train
1, 5, 1.
moving with a simple twist of fate.
Okay, it goes through the progression again. 1, 3, dominant 7, 4, 1, or sorry, 4 minor, 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1, 4, 4, 1, 5. Goes through it all again to the 3. Goes to the D7, which is the 1 chord with a 7 in it. 4, 4 minor, 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1. Okay, then he'll sing another verse, and it's just repeating the same form now.
He woke up,
1,
the room was bare.
3. Let me try 3 different voicings.
See her anywhere.
Dominant 7, 3 voicings.
That he didn't care. Through the
4.
window open wide,
Make the 4 minor.
felt the emptiness inside.
1, 3, 4.
To which he just could not relate.
1, 5, 1.
Blame it on simple twist of fate.
1. Round again.
A saxophone somewhere.
So when I go to the 3 chord, I could do this, this, or this. When I go to the D7, I could do any of the voicings. 4 chord, any of the voicings. Make it minor.
She dropped a coin into the cup.
1, 3,
A blind man
4.
at the gate.
1,
and forgot about
5.
that simple twist of fate.
So now at this point, I'm just playing along with the song and using it as a template to practice, number 1, knowing the form of the song, but 2, giving myself exercises so I understand how to get to those chords anywhere on the guitar neck. So right now my exercise that I'm giving you and giving myself as an example is to stay as close as you possibly can to this, like just use the top 3 strings and just use as close as you can to this chord and get all the chords. So 1, 3, dominant 7, 4, minor 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1. And that's the chord pattern. Now, if I mastered that, if I got used to that, then I might say, okay, let me do the same thing. But instead of taking this shape of a D, I'll go to the next iteration of a D, which is right here. And I'll try to find all those chords as close as I can to this. So, for example, when I took this D and I went to the 3 chord, all you had to do was take the D in the chord and move it down 1 fret, or take the root in the chord and move it down 1 fret, and that gave you the 3 chord. It's going to be the same on the next variation of the triad. So this is a D, this is a D. So how did I get from the 1 chord to the 3 chord here? Well, I took the root of the chord and moved it down 1 fret. If I do that here, where's the root of the chord here? Well, it's in the bottom. So if I take that lowest note and I move it down 1 fret, I get the 3 chord. So I've got the 1 chord here, then the 3 chord. In order to get to the dominant 7, what did I do here? Well, I just took that middle note again, that the D note that I moved down, I move it down 1 more fret, and I get the D7. It's going to be the same here. So D, 1 chord, 3 chord, 1 chord, the dominant 7, or in other words, a D7 chord. You can fret that different ways, but that's it. So you get this change. That gives you all those chords. Then you go, okay, well, what's the next chord in the song? Goes to the 4 chord. Well, what's the closest 4 chord? It's here, remember? 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that 4 chord, make it minor. How do you do that? Take the 3rd in the chord and move it down 1 fret. And then the song goes 1, 3, 4, 1, 5. There's a 5 chord. Back to the 1. How did I know that was a 5 chord? Well, Go back to the scale we learned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the 5. You just figure out all the variations of that 5 chord you can do. There's only 3. That's the first one. That's the second one. That's the third one. So I just chose the one that was closest. So if I go 1, 5, 1, here's 1, here's 5, here's 1. Let's play that. 1 chord. 3 chord. Sorry. D7. G. Make that a minor shape. 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 1. 1. Okay. We'll do it again. 1 chord.
We sat together in the park.
3 chord. I just have to move one note. Back to the 1 chord, dominant 7. Just have to move that one note. 4 chord. Make that 4 chord minor. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 1. Back to the 1. Okay? So you see how that works? I'm just finding those chords closest to where I'm practicing, trying to learn, right? So let's use the third iteration of a D triad, right? We have this D chord. This was the second one. Here's the third one. Let's use the same ideas on this chord. So all you're doing is you're doing math in your head. So like, and barely even math. Like, you're just trying to do the same thing. So like on this one, in order to get from the 1 to the 3, I took the root in the chord, which was in the middle, moved it down 1. On this one, to get from 1 to the 3, I took the root in the chord, which is on the bottom, moved it down 1. That gives me my 3. If I take this D chord, which the root is on the top, and I move it down 1, I get my 3 chord like that. 1, 3. To get to the dominant 7, I just took that one that I moved down and move it down 1 more. So now I have the same chord pattern in a whole different spot. Then when I go to the 4 chord, I'm trying to find my tuning here. I'll use that iteration of the 4 chord because the 4 chord is G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you got to know what are all the variations I can do of this chord. And it's this, and this. Okay, so I'm going to use this one because it's closest. Right, we got 1 chord, 3 chord, the 1 chord with the 7 in it, 4 chord. Now we take that 4 chord and make it minor by taking the 3rd in the chord, which in this case is in the middle, moving it down 1. Back to the 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1. 1, 5. We're going to use this iteration of the 5. Back to the 1. So let me play that for you. 1. 3. 7, 4. Make that chord a minor. 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 1. 1. Okay. So now I've showed you how to play that chord pattern in 3 different spots. You can do that everywhere on the guitar neck, not just these 3 strings. And I won't teach it to you in this video, but I'll demonstrate it. Maybe we'll go further into it in another video, but I just want you to see how you can move this around. Let's say I wanted to go here. Make it minor. 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1. Back to the 1. Let me do it here.
Sat together
1,
in the park
3,
as the evening sky grew dark.
E7,
She looked at him and he felt a spark
4.
tingle to his bone.
Make it a minor.
Then he felt alone
1, 3,
and wished that he'd
4.
gone straight
1, 5, 1.
and watched out for that simple twist of fate.
Let me try it here. 1.
Walked alone by the old canal,
Take the root down 1.
a little confused, I remember when
Take it down 1 more.
they checked into a cheap hotel
To the 4.
with the neon
Could play it there.
burning bright.
I can make it minor.
He felt the heat of the night
1, 3, 4.
hit him like a freight train,
1, 5, 1.
moving with a simple twist of fate.
Okay? And that gives you an idea of how to play some lead. Because you're just following the chords. So you can start finding these changes.
He woke up.
Okay, so I thought that might be a little bit useful, and you might be able to get a bunch out of that if you kind of stick with it and ask questions where you don't understand, and try to make an effort to understand like what is actually happening, because you can totally figure it out. You're smart. If you just kind of ask questions where you're missing anything, and you can kind of connect those dots in your head and start to understand how these triads work all over the guitar neck. It's really fun to practice because you got a song you can play along with and follow a form, and that's really fun. So if you want more on this, I do one-on-one lessons, and if you want to kind of understand these things deeper, I'd be happy to work with you on that. Send me an email for one-on-one lessons. I have a couple spots left, but I thought this might be interesting for you, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit all the buttons to help me grow this channel, and I appreciate your help, and we will see you guys in the next video.